Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's video. So just about 12 hours ago, it was around midnight, my time here on the east coast of the US, we got the news that we have been waiting a very long time for. I thought it was going to come in February V-Jump, like the middle of February. It did not. I was getting a little, not really worried, but a little get weirded out as to why we haven't really gotten any info in regards to the start date of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's, who is doing the opening, some other character bios. I mean, we saw the Kaiba-like character in the trailer, yet we did not have his bio. But rest assured, last night we got a massive news batch. When Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's is starting, what day it's starting on, what time slot it's going to have over in Japan, and what that could imply for the show. The mini bio of the Seto Kaiba-like character from the trailer, and the robot that is also going to be in this show. We also got the voice actors for both of those characters, and man, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's continues to deliver A++ with the voice actors that they are getting for this show, which we're going to go over a little later on. And finally, we also got the name and the group that will be performing the first opening of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's. So I am really excited to bring you all of this information, and we're going to get into all of that. So we need to begin with what day Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's is actually going to start on. A lot of people thought it was April 1st. That was kind of disproven very early on, even though it would have been funny if it did start on April Fool's Day. But Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's is starting on April 4th. It will be airing on TV Tokyo, so the same channel it has aired on, I think, ever since the early Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters days, and it will be airing on Saturday mornings. Now, I believe this is the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Show that will be airing on mornings instead of nights, instead of evenings, and that's kind of what we probably should have expected. A show that's airing in the mornings, in the early hours, they're trying to get more younger kids into watching the show. 7:30 a.m. on Saturdays in Japan. 7:30 a.m. is very early, but that's obviously when kids are going to be off from school, when kids will be watching the show. I'm imagining that Pokemon is also a show that airs in the morning time slot, so there's no surprise there. And it's pretty amazing because that means that instead of, you know, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Show airing at like 6:30 a.m. over here in America for us, if we wanted to watch it live with its airing in Japan, I did the math, and I believe that means that Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's will air Friday nights at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're on the west coast of the U.S., that's probably 2:30 p.m. Friday afternoons. If you're in England or Europe, it's probably like 10:30 or 11:30 on Friday nights. And if there is a Crunchyroll simulcast, which that's the next big thing that we're waiting for, right? Now that we have who's doing the opening, when this show is actually starting, and it's only a month away, which is amazing, will there be a Crunchyroll simulcast? If there is, those episodes should become available around 6:45, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday evening, which is great. It's something to look forward to at the end of the week. It's something to kind of kick your weekends off with, and if you don't like the show, if you're not a fan of the show, at least the weekend is right there, so the weekend can kind of be a pick-me-up. But hopefully that's not the case. Of course, we will have to see. We got a new promotional poster. I gotta say, the characters look more cleaned up. They look a little, I don't know, they look a little more Yu-Gi-Oh!-esque to me. Not, you know, the first 6 shows, but they don't look as, I don't want to say like low res, but they don't look as poorly as I thought they did in the initial trailer, and poorly is a little bit of a harsh word. And I feel like as the show goes on, you might see the show animation-wise and art design-wise cleaned up a little bit. At first, I thought it was Blue Eyes in the top right, but it's Dragears, and whether Luke is going to be the main rival, it remains to be seen, but we have Roman and Gakuto on the poster as well, with Luke and Yuga's main ace monsters, and I love it. The daunting Goha Corporation building right in the background. You know that that is going to be antagonistic hideout and theme for Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's in the early on. But let's get right to the characters. Now that we know 7's will air Saturday mornings in Japan on April 4th and going forward, we have the bio for the Seto Kaiba and for the road drone that Yugioh created. Remember, we got a little bit of information on this drone, we got a little more info, and we got the voice actors for both of these characters. So, a character that I felt had to have some sort of relation to Seto Kaiba. I even made a theory video on it. Here is his description. An urban legend in the city of a holographic duelist known as the Hologram Man, played by Namikawa Daisuke, who duels Yugioh to see if he is worthy of being the king of duels. So this character is an urban legend, much like in the future Seto Kaiba would be an urban legend. I mean, think about it from real life perspective just really quickly. When you think urban legend, what do you think? I think Bigfoot. I think the Loch Ness Monster. I think dinosaurs. I know people say they still see dinosaurs in Congo and, you know, very jungly parts and foresty parts of South America and Africa. There's reports. You can look it up if you don't believe me. Those are urban legends. If you're living in Goha Corporation and you hear, yeah, there's a character that's like Seto Kaiba, you know, the Seto Kaiba from 50 years ago, still living and dueling and beating up people at these ruins, you're like, okay, yeah, I believe that. Just like most of the population doesn't necessarily believe in the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot or the Yeti or any of these real-world urban legends. I still feel like the book is not closed on this character being somewhat related to Seto Kaiba. He's known as the Hologram Man. He might be a hologram created by a villainous character, created by a character protecting these ruins or protecting the statues, whatever Yugioh and Luke are trying to get to. And it might be a character that is based off of Seto Kaiba. And if that's the case, maybe we will see a character based off of Yugimoto, off of Manjome, off of Jack Atlas. Who knows? The possibilities are endless if they go down that route of this character actually being a hologram. It's something I wanted Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains to explore. With virtual reality, you could have artificial intelligence designed to mimic the dueling actions and the decks of Maximilian Pegasus, of Yami Marek, of Yami Bakura, of really any character, and you could maybe train against those duelists. Maybe that's what Sevens is going to try and explore. So that'll be very interesting to keep an eye on, and I think in the very first episode, we will probably get more information about him. Now, his voice actor, Namikawa Daisuke, it's not his first time being in Yu-Gi-Oh! He played Mako Tsunami in the subbed version of Yu-Gi-Oh! He was the voice actor of Mako, so he's making his 2-decade return, but he also voiced a character in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, Leo Akaba. And no, I am not making that up. Leo Akaba's voice actor has a role in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. I actually didn't know that Mako Tsunami and Leo Akaba shared the same voice actor. Leo Akaba did nothing, and we have to hope that this character, if this character just wins a duel, he has accomplished more in the first episode than Leo Akaba accomplished in 148 episodes of Arc 5. So let's hope that that happens. Regardless, though, it is a character, a voice actor, that is familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! And he's known to play villains. Right on his Wikipedia page, he has played villains or anti-heroes such as Okura Cypher, I probably butchered that name, from Bleach, Hisoka Moro in Hunter x Hunter, and a few others that you can read right there. So this is a character that has played anti-heroes, that's played villains. I have always viewed Seto Kaiba as an anti-hero, so we'll see. We'll see what kind of role and who this character really represents and reminds you of, and what kind of role he's going to have in the story. And then finally we have this Goha Corp drone that Yugioh has invented, or he modified a Goha Corp drone. The name is Kaizo, a road Yugioh has invented after modifying a Goha Corp drone. So there's going to be drones on behalf of Goha Corp flying around the city. I mean, this city sounds more and more dystopian and dictator-esque every single day of passing. The voice actor, Kobayashi Yusuke. Some of you might remember that name. Kobayashi Yusuke is the main voice actor of Senku, the main character of Dr. Stone. He was also the voice actor of the main protagonist of Gundam Build Divers, Riko Mikami. So he has voiced protagonists before. He has voiced for about a decade now pretty consistently in the anime field. It's a guy who has voiced many main protagonists, and he will be voicing, maybe similar to Suzaku from Code Geass's voice actor voicing Ai, he will be voicing a character probably with a robotic voice, but we will have to wait and see. We'll keep right on the Dr. Stone motif. The opening theme is na na na, na na na, na na. That's 7 na-na-nas, or that's 7 nas, I should say. Let me just count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7 na-na-nas. So they're really going with the sevens motif, and apparently na-na means 7. I think someone tweeted that to me. So they are really going with the sevens theme for this show. And the artist is Psyche Youthk, who I've listened to 2 different songs of his. He has done the second ending for Dr. Stone. So for those of you that have watched Dr. Stone, I'm sure you've listened to ending 2. I just listened to it recently. It's a slower song. I really like the guy's voice. He also did a song called Dancers, I believe was the name. Dancing. And this song is much quicker. It's a much more fast-paced song, but definitely check it out, and I will have it linked down below. He's done both of these songs over the past couple of years, so it's kind of more fresh music, and I think it's going to be maybe quick-paced like the Zexel opening was, but he's a well-received artist. Both of those songs have really, really good like-to-dislike ratios, so clearly the people that listen to the songs and watch those shows or follow him as an artist really like what he puts out. It's not someone that I had heard of immediately when reading the name and reading the opening, but it's someone who has a very positive track record, and that is what I like to see. So ladies and gentlemen, that is all you need to know about Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s as of now. We're still waiting on the simulcast question, which is a big question, because if we do not have a simulcast, who's going to sub it? DMC might be more busy with life. He's the normal guy who subs things, so he might not be able to sub full-length episodes. I mean, we're lucky if he still subs the cast lists and the summaries for the episodes, but we will see. We're kind of in uncharted territory with that, and we just have to hope that someone will sub this show if simulcast through Crunchyroll is not an actual thing. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know all your thoughts on Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s and all of this new news. We are less than a month away. I am very excited for this show to start. I'm just craving a Yu-Gi-Oh! Show to be back. And again, I do have high hopes that this show is going to surprise a lot of us and be very, very enjoyable. So be sure to leave your thoughts down below, and a special thank you to my Platinum tier patrons Alexa Baker, Glen McGookin, Jorge Carrillo, Horace Maye, Goosey Q, Vincent Van Der Veen, Panther J, Smith620, Jorge Leon, Blue Maiden 28, Jarrett Buller, and Gabe G, and to my Diamond tier patrons Jesse Wood, Latrell Smith, Sean, and Melinda Phantom, and to my Egyptian God tier patron Syn Cloud. Thank you to everyone who is a patron of mine, and thank you to everyone who is a channel member. You guys help me out tremendously, and thank you to everyone who just watches these videos, because without you guys, I would not be able to do this. I will talk to you down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.